Thalassemias are inherited blood disorders. Inherited means that the disorder is passed from parents to children. Thalassemias cause the body to make red blood cells that contain little or no hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is an iron-rich protein that carries oxygen to all parts of the body and carbon dioxide from the body to the lungs to be exhaled. The lower the normal level of hemoglobin can cause mild to severe anemia in thalassemia patients. Could you have thalassemia? There are certain things that can help you find out if you are at risk. First of all, thalassemias occur most often among people of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, South and Southeast Asian descent. However, migration of populations has taken thalassemia across the world. Second, some less severe thalassemias can be easily misdiagnosed as iron deficiency anemia, the most common anemia type in the world. In fact, thalassemia patients may receive iron supplementation for years before the diagnosis is finally made.
This is a group of conditions where there is anemia, and the degree of anemia can be so bad that you need blood transfusion, and that's the group of people who are best described, and they sometimes referred to as thalassemia major. But then there's another group of people who are significantly anemic but don't require regular blood transfusion, and that's what we mean by non-transfusion dependent thalassemia, NTDT.
These are patients with a chronic disease who develop iron overload without being transfused. They accumulate too much iron in their body from their diet, and they don't know it. As they get older, it gets deposited in their liver and causes cirrhosis. It gets deposited in their hormone organs and can lead to fertility and gonadal failure and diabetes. And eventually it can get deposited in your heart and cause heart damage.
NTDT patients might get some complications which we do not see in transfusion-dependent patients. And these complications are mainly thrombosis or increase in clotting, leg ulcers, pulmonary hypertension, or increased pressure in the heart, in the pulmonary artery.
When the times go by, the patient with non-transfusion dependent thalassemia will have the problem with the iron overload. And iron overload is a very, very serious complication for a patient with non-transfusion dependent thalassemia because it can give rise to several future complications.
The non-transfusion dependent patients are anemic, and because of that, more iron is absorbed by the gut. So it's a kind of a response to the anemia. The body asks for more iron in order to produce more hemoglobin. But because these patients are not able to produce too much hemoglobin, this iron will be loaded in the liver. They come to hospital or to the center when they have problems, which is wrong because our duty is to prevent the complication.
When the patient with non-transfusion dependent thalassemia start to have the iron accumulation and develop the iron overload, the first important thing is to determine the level of the iron in their body. And now we have the technology to evaluate that.
The awareness of non-transfusion dependent thalassemia as a clinical problem has increased gradually over the last couple of decades. We've really focused up to this point on the treatment of transfusion dependent, but it's increasingly recognized that the non-transfusion dependent patients have significant problems.
Your doctor can perform a simple blood test to tell if you might have iron overload. So get screened and get NTDT aware.